Alright, since I haven't done a tier list about races, let me make a quick one before the Valentine's update. Now before we begin, do know that this is my opinion from my experiences fighting against them. Alright, let's get into it. Since we don't have a lot of races, I will just be putting 3 tiers. OP, good, and not the best. So the first one, Angel, for sure it is going to OP. It is extremely strong. There's no niche to it. You can play Angel and use any type of build you want and you'll be completely fine. Your V3 increases your defense by 50% and heals around 20% of the player's maximum health, as well as around 10% of their maximum energy. So the defense buff itself is not too crazy, but then you do get a 20% healing, so then when you think about it, it's quite a lot. Your V4, you have Prince of the Skies and King's Rule. So Prince of the Skies allows the user to glide in air by holding the dash button and free flight by holding the jump button. And then your King's Rule, it adds an aura around you, and this aura slows the enemy, damages, drains energy, and distorts the screen. So yeah, King's Rule is very OP, because like you really don't need to do anything as long as you are near the enemy, you will damage them. And King's Rule also cancels held abilities, plus its ancient powers. All races have this, but then I feel like this is more OP on Angel, because you get increased healing by 10%. Meaning that when you use your V3, your healing is now 30%. Next is Cyborg. People say Cyborg is a skilled race, but I think otherwise. I think Cyborg is very strong. I'm gonna put it in OP tier as well. I honestly don't really understand why people think Cyborg is skilled. Like, it's literally so easy to use. Your V3 is absolutely broken. You get a defense boost for 30%, and then you get AoE lightning effect that does tick damage, and it breaks instinct. For your V4, you have energy control, which gives you some orbs that attack the enemies when you deal damage to them. And then you have your super jump, but then you must have instinct on. Your other ability is aftershock. Your attacks apply an electrifying effect that disables the opponent's instinct. And then for your upgraded version, for energy control, the effects of the chain damages increase. Super jump now deals damage and you don't have to have your Ken on anymore. For aftershock, the upgraded version, the electrifying effect becomes stronger and lasts longer. Plus, this will make your V3 do a lot more damage. Fighting against a Cyborg, it's damn near impossible to have your Ken up. It's very hard to Kentrick against a Cyborg, and if you have held moves, it's really hard to get them off. So for Mink, I'm gonna have to put Mink at not the best. A lot of people think that Rabbit is like very good and it's underrated, which it is. I do think that Rabbit is pretty underrated, but even then I don't think it should be on good or OP tier. Rabbit is the only race that has no damage buff or defense buff. The only buff that it gives is speed. Your V3 increases your movement by 4 times your normal speed. You have an increased dash length, and it decreases the cooldown of your Soru dash. For your V4 abilities, you get Whirlwind, which leaves a tornado behind when you are dashing. The tornadoes can break Ken and will stun the enemies, and it also does damage, but it doesn't do too much. Your other ability, Lightning Cloak, just makes your dashes become longer. Your upgraded version, tornadoes get stronger, so the better option is to upgrade your Lightning Cloak, which allows you to do a super dash by holding the dash button. So yeah, Rabbit is not the best. You do get a lot of speed. It's pretty hard to catch any rabbits, but then if you are not good at Kentricking, then Rabbit is definitely not the best race for you. Okay, so as of update 20, Shark has been nerfed pretty hard. If you look at the Discord, they will show you the slowing effects that Shark has been reduced, and then the max shield on your Awaken passive is reduced as well. The shield passive now only protects against 85% of the damage received instead of 100%. Also, your V3, which is probably the most broken ability, has been decreased as well. So before, you used to have an 80% defense buff, but now it's only 65, which is a pretty huge nerf. So yeah, your abilities, Leviathan's armor, you gain a water shield which regenerates by dealing damage. Your shield blocks 85% of the damage dealt to the user, and then you get a shield that is 20% of your max health. The upgraded version, your shield capacity is increased. Your shield is now 40% of your max health. Your other ability, Whirlpool, when you hit an enemy, you'll apply a slowing effect, which just makes them slower. And your upgraded version just makes it last longer and more slow. Even then, Shark is a race where you don't have to think when you play. You can just mash your face on your keyboard and you will do fine with Shark race. So I think it should still be in good tier. For human races, it's also pretty hard. If I were to even this out, I would put it in not the best. But to be completely honest, I think human is actually good. Your V3 pretty much just boosts your damage the lower your HP is. For your abilities in V4, you have Psycho, which gives you a flash step that now has 3 charges, and it makes you invisible and faster upon use. Your other ability, Limit Break, gives you a rage meter, and the more you attack your enemy, the more that meter goes up, which also increases your damage. For your upgraded version, flash step charges now regen faster, you dash further, and your moves cannot be cancelled anymore. For the upgraded version on your limit break, your rage meter now lasts longer and your damage boost now goes up to 150%. You can argue that it's better than Shark. That's up for you guys to decide. Ghoul race is seeing a lot of love recently. I have been seeing a lot of people use Ghoul, but that is because Ghoul race is actually OP. Your V3 gives you a 40% cooldown reduction. It buffs your overall damage by 5%, speed by 10%, and defense by 15%. And then at nighttime, you get more HP regen and then a 30% boost on your speed. And so with the right accessory, you are as fast as a mink. Your first ability on V4 is Blood Siphon. All attacks gain Life Leech. And if you don't know what Life Leech is, it's pretty much lifesteal, so if you attack your enemies, you gain some HP back. Your upgraded version, your lifesteal just gets stronger. Your other ability is Domain Expansion. You gain a dark circle around you, and if your enemy is inside that dark circle, you'll negate health regen and apply blindness on the enemies. And then now all the buffs that you get during nighttime becomes available during daytime. And then your cooldowns are also reduced by 40% now. For your upgraded version, you get crows that attack nearby enemies when you dash, and then your dark field is now bigger. So yes, Ghoul race is OP. It's almost like Angel, where if your enemy is inside your circle, it's very hard for them to attack you because the blindness effect that Ghoul has is very annoying. And then also with Ghoul race, you can just spam your abilities because you constantly have a 40% cooldown reduction. Alright, and that is it for the video. Like and subscribe. Valentine's update is up very soon, meaning that Dragon update might be coming on Valentine's Day, but knowing Blox fruits, it might not. There is only one way to figure that out, and that is if I get a good fruit from Blox fruit gacha. Come on, Zeolus. If I get a dragon fruit here, the dragon rework drops on Valentine's Day. And nope. Sorry guys, dragon rework will be dropping next year on update 22. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, Joss.